Hello, dear people of the world. Hi, I'm Christy, if you don't know me. And I am wanting to offer an embodiment practice today that is inspired by both yoga and tantra. I'll be leading some breathwork, movement, and a form of active meditation. So if that sounds interesting to you, I invite you to keep listening and practice with me. So I just have a little yoga mat and meditation zafu down here if you'd like to pause the video and get yourself a comfortable seat. We won't be needing like a full-length yoga mat, so just a little seated cushion would be nice, just so your knees and legs are protected and your sits bones don't get tired on a hard surface. So once you're comfortable, I invite you to just close your eyes. And if it feels good and natural to you, bringing one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Dropping in, bringing your attention to your breath. And just noticing right now, with no judgment attached, what you're feeling. Asking ourselves, how am I feeling right now in this moment? And loving whatever the answer is, just being fully present and compassionate with whatever is alive for you right now in the midst of this chaos our world is moving through. Having compassion for ourselves and other living beings is so important right now. So just allowing yourself to drop into that energy, inviting in compassion for yourself and others. Taking a big breath into that. And as you're ready, dropping your hands, and we'll just move into a little bit of stretching to wake the body up. So, with your next inhale, going to lift the arms all the way up to the sky. Your gaze can lift. Exhale, bring your right hand to the ground next to your right hip. Left hand reaches up and over, side stretch. Really drawing that left shoulder back behind you, lifting your gaze upwards if possible for your neck. If that's not comfortable, feel free to have neutral neck or gaze down at the ground. Whatever feels best for your spine. Continue lifting through the heart, opening, finding that nice long line along the side body. And inhaling back through center, both arms come up. Lifting in the center here, reaching, exhale, left arm reaches down, right comes up and over. And really staying rooted through both sits bones, so equally rooted through the hips here. And again, long line all the way from your hip to your fingertips and lifting up through the heart center, drawing the shoulder back behind you. Breathing into the stretch, reaching through fingertips. Deepening any amount more. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, rest your hands on your knees. We'll just do a little bit of neck movement here. So inhale, lift through the crown of your head. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Letting the head be heavy, allowing any sounds that want to come out as you stretch to make themselves known. Inhale up to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder this time. And again, being conscious of drawing that shoulder back, not letting ourselves hunch forward, but really staying open through the heart center. Breathing into that sensation, really offering the breath to the stretch. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, chin to chest this time, letting the head drop forward, keeping the spine nice and aligned, so just the head dropping here. And slowly allowing that chin to draw more and more toward the chest. You can bring your hands to your head to gently draw that stretch further. Or clasp the hands on top of the head. It can feel nice to add a little bit of weight. And release that clasp if you're there. Coming back to neutral. On your next inhale, lift the chin up, look toward the sky. Dropping the head back. Really opening through the chest here. Keeping the belly nice and drawn in, but still a sense of softness to the belly. Inhale back to center. Do a little bit of twist to wake up the torso. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Right hand reaches behind you. You can keep your gaze to the side or bring it back over that right shoulder. With every inhale, lengthening through the spine all the way from sits bones to the crown of your head. With every exhale, maybe looking a little further. Like you're wringing out a towel here. Your organs are getting massaged. Embrace that sensation. Using the core to twist further. Inhale, arms come back up through center. Exhale, right hand to left knee. Left hand comes back behind you. Inhale nice and long before exhaling, turning back behind you. And with every breath, really being conscious of the breath here, with every breath, lengthening with the inhale and exhaling, deepening just slightly. Staying in integrity with the spine. Using the core muscles, the belly, to help you twist further. One more big breath here, deep belly breath. Inhale, come forward to center. So I'm going to remove my zafu briefly, and we'll just do a reverse tabletop. So first we'll prep the hands behind the hips, fingertips facing your hips. Very important to protect the wrists. So keeping the elbows drawn back behind you so your chest opens, right? So pressing into the hands, spreading the fingers wide like sunbeams. Pressing into the hands, opening through the heart. Just stay here for a moment. Breathe into that sensation. What does the body feel like in this shape? Slowly drawing the chest back in enough to plant the feet in front of you. Got my little mix mash shots. Planting the feet in front of you, and maybe walking the hands back a little bit so your torso has enough space. And slowly with your next inhale, we'll press into the hands, press into the feet, lift the hips. Head can extend back You can drop the head if it feels okay for the neck. Pressing into the hands and feet. Hold it there. If you can use your inhale to lift the hips any amount more, pressing into the earth for support, opening the entire front body. Deep belly breath. Inhale there. Exhale, come out of it. Come back to your seat. We'll keep the feet planted here and just draw the hands forward and lean back ever so slightly. So we're activating the core. And I want you to bring hands to belly. So really tapping into this power center, this space of fire in our bodies, our digestion, our intuition. So bringing your awareness to that space and then allowing yourself to mentally envision, align, connecting your belly to your root. So we're really, you can bring your hand here below the root if that feels comfortable for you. And just focusing on these lower chakras, this sense of groundedness in our lives, a sense of security, safety, being fed, right, in many different forms, metaphorically and physically. And just allowing, inviting that energy in of feeling safe and fed right here and now. That's something that's been challenged for us lately, right? So just really, you can even hold on to the mantra, I am safe. I am safe, as you focus your energy here and activate these muscles, potentially engaging your pelvic floor here in a subtle way. We don't want to squeeze, 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 just a gentle engaging, right? Okay, and coming back through center to your seat. And I'm going to bring my zafu back here. So, bringing hands to your knees. We're going to begin doing some torso circles here to wake up the torso and the spine, get energy flowing throughout the chakra system. So as you inhale, moving forward from left knee to right knee, exhale back. Inhale forward, drawing a big circle with your heart. Exhale back. You can make your breath audible here. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Really moving slowly, almost like a spider, some kind of creature, whatever you want to imagine here. Inhale forward. Pause here. Exhale other way. Inhale forward, right knee to left knee. Inhale forward, heart drawing a big circle. Exhale back. A few more here. You can speed up your breath and movement if you choose. Maybe making the circles a little bit smaller. Exhale, slowing down, coming back to stillness. I don't know about you, but I felt a lot of activation in my root there. So just noticing any sensations in the body during that practice and now afterward as the body settles. Doing a body scan. We'll do one more little warm up here with seated cat-cow. So really gentle spinal undulations. Inhaling, heart reaching forward. Head reaches back, head and tailbone reach back behind you. Exhale, curl into yourself, keeping the arms long, drawing head forward. Inhale, heart reaches, head and tailbone reach back. Exhale, curl in. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Stay curled in with your chin to your chest. Hold here. Find a length in the back of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. If you grab onto your knees and gently pull back, you should feel elongation in the shoulders, in the deltoids. Slowly making your way back to neutral. Letting your body relax. Doing one more brief body scan. How are you feeling physically, emotionally, mentally? What is going on for you? Just noticing. Just noticing. Without any judgment or opinion attached to that truth. So one thing I really love about Tantra that has really spoken to me on my path is the acknowledgement of the full emotional spectrum, right? So this idea that no emotion or feeling or even thought we have is bad. But that if we offer, wherever we're at, love and compassion, then that is what transforms that energy. So by avoiding negative emotions, I don't even like that term, but by avoiding them, they don't go away, right? So how do we work with them? Be fully present with them. Be honest with ourselves about what we're experiencing in the present moment, and using skills and techniques to then offer ourselves transformation from those icky, dark places. So what does that look like? One practice I'd like to offer you today is called sexual breathing. So Tantra is often affiliated with sex. People think that it's all about sex, right? Which is not the case at all. And even by the name of this practice, you may think that. But Tantra does not view sex as the act of sex alone. Tantra views sex as an energy center in our bodies that is the source of life force energy. We were all born from sex, right? So there's this idea that our sex energy, which is different than the act of sex, can fuel us, offer us transformation, aliveness, vitality, and also be pleasurable. Like the not that it's always pleasurable, because when the sex energy arises in the body and we begin to learn how to channel it and move it through the body, a lot can be brought up. Every time I started doing sexual breathing in the beginning, I would cry every single time for 20 practices or so. It was inevitable. So be really compassionate with yourself with whatever arises, because we can work with all of it, right? There's nothing that we can't work with that is too big or scary or uncomfortable for us to be loving and compassionate toward. So just making your way to your comfortable seat, I invite you to pull the fleshy parts away from your sits bones. Just grab your ass and spread your cheeks. Let your skeleton root down. Feel the earth underneath you. Bringing hands to knees. The arms can be long here, shoulders relax. And first we'll do just a few breaths to practice making sound. So movement, breath, and sound are three huge tools that we use to create transformation in the body and to move energy. So if something is stuck, whether that means physically a knot in us, or emotionally we feel so stuck in an emotion, or a thought loop, right? These three tools help us move that energy. So it's not negating it, but it's working with it and moving it, getting it to shift somehow, whether that is to a more uncomfortable place at first and then eventually to a more neutral or blissful place. So yeah, just inviting you to be really tuned in and present with whatever arises. And as much as you would like for this time period together in this virtual reality, allow yourself to make sound, to move however the fuck your body wants to move, and to breathe, to really come back to breath. So first we'll just do 5 sounding exhales. So we'll place the vowel ah, ah, on our exhales, sighing the exhale out. And if it feels good to you, I invite you to move from a higher pitch ah to a lower pitch ah on your exhale. That can be really soothing for the nervous system. So we'll do 5 rounds of that breath, sounding ah on the exhale, inhaling through the nose, exhaling ah through the mouth. Here we go. Inhale. Inhale, deep belly breath. Exhale, let it out. Inhale. Last one, make it count. Give yourself a shake. Let your hands shake, let your arms shake, let your shoulders shake. Animals do this all the time, right? They shake to neutralize their nervous systems. And it is not socially acceptable for us to shake. So I am giving you permission to shake your body however feels good. And coming to stillness. So we'll practice now the sexual breathing technique, and this may seem really basic or simple to you, or it may seem challenging to you to practice these techniques simultaneously, but I just want to encourage you to stick with it. Invite this practice in to your morning yoga practice, to your lovemaking practices, whether with a partner or with yourself. Whenever you're struggling with an emotion, I invite you to weave this practice in. It can be applied in so many ways, and it's really incredible to watch what happens. That's all I'll say. So we'll just begin with a neutral inhale and exhale, even inhale, exhale. So if you'd like to count, if that helps you, maybe inhaling 1, 2, 3, exhaling 1, 2, 3. And we'll slowly begin to rock the pelvis. So with your next inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Your head and shoulders stay exactly where they are. It's not like cat-cow where we're reaching back. Head stays in line with the spine. As we inhale, pelvic rock forward. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Exhale, come back to neutral. So we're not tucking here. We're not tucking. We're coming just to a neutral seat, allowing the natural curvature of the spine. So inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, neutral spine. If it helps you to bring one hand to the pelvis, one hand to the belly to feel that movement. And once you have that, feel free at any point to just pause the video and practice pieces of this. But we'll begin building, adding more on top. As we inhale, make a suction shape with your mouth as if you're sipping through a straw on your inhale. So we're breathing in and out through the mouth. As we inhale, suck through a straw. Exhale, make a ah sound with the breath, but no pitch. We'll continue this for a few breaths. Really noticing if there's any activation in your root, right? It may be a pleasurable sensation in the genitals, but really being aware of that contact with the earth. And notice if anything comes up for you when I say pleasure in the genitals. Does joy come up? Does excitement come up? Does shame or embarrassment come up? Just watching that, breathing into whatever physical, emotional, mental sensations are present. So with this rocking, we're going to add in one more thing, which is we call it PC pump, or engaging of the pelvic floor muscles. So as you inhale and tilt, gently drawing in. Again, we're not squeezing. We're just gently engaging and inhaling, lifting. Exhale, neutral spine, release pelvic floor muscles. And you can use your hand. This really helps to mentally correlate the hand and the muscles themselves. So inhale, engage, lift, tilt. Exhale, release, neutral spine. Begin to envision that energy activation that is happening in the pelvis, drawing up along the spine, along the chakra centers, all the way up through the crown of the head on your inhale. And then as you exhale, imagine it coming out the top of your head and forming almost like a golden bubble in front of you, right? So inhaling, drawing up. I like using my fingers here to help me envision. So inhaling, drawing, tilting, engaging, sipping through your straw. Can even hold here. exhale, release, coming down, feeling your golden bubble. Allowing yourself to feel pleasure, pain, whatever it is in your body that wants to express itself right here and now in this practice. Any movements that want to take place, let your body have that permission. How often do we give our bodies permission to express whatever they want to express? Just a few more cycles of this, really feeling into your energy body. It's not bullshit. It's super real. Slowly calming your breath work, coming to stillness, and with the mind's eye doing a body scan. Is there anything holding tension? Any part of your body that wants to soften and just be a witness to this experience in this moment? So to close, I'll just invite you to now stand up, and we're going to do just a little bit of shaking and intuitive movement to really integrate this practice. So standing up, making space for yourself to move if it's not available already, and begin shaking. Making any sounds that feel good. Making any weird faces. And slowing down your shaking, bringing more subtle movement to the body, will just begin flowing, right? So anything the body wants to do right now to encourage openness, expression, relief, integration. We can dance to no music at any time. Let the body move how it wants to move. Sounding, breathing. Bringing your movements to a slower pace. Letting your body express itself. We get so stuck in the mind up here all the time. How do we bring it back down and connect the earthly realm, our root chakra energy, to the heavens, to our spiritual connection? How do we do that? How do we practice that? Bringing yourself to stillness, or whatever version of yourself wants to be right now. And I'd just like to offer this reading to close. Speaking of connecting the physical and the spiritual, which in my eyes totally involves the body, right? Like, how can we connect to our body's wisdom beyond mental fog and chaos? How can we tap in deeper to that connected place, right? So these are some words from Osho. Not that I agree with Osho's entire existence, but I do really like some things that he has said and shared with the world. So, Tantra trusts in your body. Tantra trusts in your senses. Tantra trusts in your energy. Tantra trusts in you completely. Tantra does not deny anything, but transforms everything. Tantra teaches reverence for the body, love, respect for the body, gratitude for the body. The body is marvelous. It is the greatest of mysteries. So really, one reason this spiritual path has appealed to me so much is because there are so many religions and spiritual paths that negate the body's importance. Our sensations or emotions are seen as distractions or not in line with spiritual connection. And Tantra says, fuck that. Your emotions are precious and sacred. Your body is precious and sacred. Your sexuality is precious and sacred. Your breath is precious and sacred. So how do we invite all of that into our being? How do we live that in every moment of every day? How do we feel our own sacredness and divinity in the little things, in the big things? I hope that this practice was beneficial and nourishing and delicious for you. And I'm really interested in